free thinking, innovative, and totally open-minded. Tommy Nation Politics, guys. How's it going? Y'all doing all right? Y'all living your life? I hope so, because you've got a lot of living to do. We all do. We've all got a lot of living to do today, guys. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. You know what that means, guys, right? That means the percentage of the country that isn't living hand to fist poverty, that isn't out of a job or slipping into poverty, 8 million people, they're going to have a weekend. I'm glad. I'm glad the people that are actually working have a weekend. Because, I'm working. I spent a long time on that Horton Hears the Who shit. So let me tell you that, okay? I had to get that shit right. So I hope you enjoy that. TGIF, check you out. Welcome to the Friday Review. We're going to talk about all the things that pass by us working labor class people today and the whole week. Because I know living paycheck to paycheck and, having a government that dithers gives you $1,400 while they're giving banks, the military-industrial complex, and, of course, Wall Street, trillions of dollars. I know, we're super busy. It's like treading water. But it's Friday, guys. It's Friday night. Friday night. So I thought I would give you guys a little review, even though I am doing a Sunday, I call it a dump. Is that appropriate? No. But also, guys, before I forget, check out my video of Horton Hears the Who. It's on YouTube, www.tommynationpolitics.com. I don't care what the cancel culture says. I don't care what the conventional wisdom, the social norms talks about, Dr. Seuss. Just because a group of bandwagon people want me to not like someone, I will choose that. I make choices for myself. I believe in those things. I believe in choices. What do you think? Check you out. You like to choose things? You like people to tell you what to do, how you think? Because I think you're the same way. We're on the same page most of the time. But Joe Biden, he's not on any page. So we'll get to him in a second. But first of all, I wanted to start off the show with a little bang, okay? We're having some good conversations, some good dialogue, discussion. And it's been a long time since I actually saw a real-life conversation on fucking television. Like a real one. Because most of the time, the corporate news media, 6 corporations own them. So there's just like an inner investigations, and then there's NDAs, and then there's Mike Bloomberg. I told you to behave. There's sensitivity training, handbooks. So most of the time, people don't really talk in the news, But this is a conversation, and everybody's talking bad about Sharon Osbourne. They're trying to do a guilt by association, guys. The Democrats are so about the McCarthyism, whether it's about Russia, whether it's about racism. Just because you have a friend that's racist, I know a lot of people that have friends that are racist. That doesn't automatically transfer on you. But watch this conversation, guys. Then we'll talk about this. 3 now, I think. 3 now what? 3 now what? 3 down blondes? What's going on? Oh, owned by the corporations? Bro, you gotta give me more. You gotta give me more specifics. Here, check this out. He's a loser. He's no good at all.
I feel even like I'm about to be put in the electric chair because I have a friend who many people think is a racist, so that makes me a racist. And for me, at 68 years of age, to have to turn around and say, I ain't racist. Right. What's it got to do with me? Okay? How can I be racist about anybody? How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Well,
what?
We'll be right back.
What?
We have more topics, so don't go away.
And I think we should stop this.
First of all, bitch, who the hell do you think you're talking to with your rabbit dog hair having ass? Don't talk to Cheryl like that.
Okay, so I think I got the wrong clip because she was there was commentary already. That sucks because you guys really have to see this whole conversation. It was a real conversation, and I really honestly thought that they were both learning from each other, even though they were both pissed off. When you're pissed off at your friends, but you're still being serious and honest, and you grow from that. Like she's like, I don't know how I could be racist, and then she's like, well, I feel this way. I think that they like, if it wasn't for the fact that they were having the conversation at work on the corporate news media, and the corporate news media wants to tell us all what to think and shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, good. I'm glad you saw it. Yeah. So like that was a real conversation. And I agree with Sharon Osbourne. You're not racist by association. Okay. And by the way, we have way more shit to worry about. Way more. What about the cops? What about the cops? I had a bad day. Man, they're killing everybody, dude. You got to worry about Sharon Osbourne? This is a country full of fucking just like misdirected anger and misdirected like fucking like everything. Here you have these two on the talk, having a talk. Guess what? Guess what? But she's still friends with the whites. I'm friends with a lot of white people. It's just sometimes privilege comes into play. You have to call that out. It's not anybody's fault. Privilege. It's just that you're not used to the fact that like I had a friend, one of my white friends, Chris. He used to always ask me for like money or whatever like that because I worked all the time. But I'm just like, bro, there's no black wealth here. All right, bro, you're cute and everything, but skedaddle. Anyway, but the point is, not all white people are like that. But I'm just saying that like they'll just think that you have things that you don't. I'm saying because like I don't know, maybe they don't. Maybe not all white people are like that. I misspoke. Okay, please don't cancel me. No, I'm just saying that like we all have our little stereotypes and whatever like that. So, in the shows back in the day, remember Al Bundy? The neighbors used to come in uninvited and just like go into your fridge. Hey, you got a beer, Al? Like that's white people. Just come in, get whatever they want. And I don't know, maybe that's privilege, maybe that's not, but it's just how they are. We are super loud. And then cops kill us. So it's kind of interesting. Like you can see us coming a mile away, and we get murdered by cops, stop signs. So I'd be more quiet. I am more quiet actually, because I know what's going on. But yeah, that's race, bro. See how we're just talking, bro? Okay, well check you out. Keep that to yourself, bro. Okay, let's talk politics, boo. All right, so basically, guys, now I don't give a shit about the Royals at all. We literally fought a war we fought a war, okay, to get out of that British thing. There's still British Commonwealth. You know those islands and the states in Africa that they colonized? They literally colonized that. So the whole reason why we had a revolution was because King George was so busy trying to colonize and try to steal territory from Napoleon Bonaparte that he literally ignored the colonies. It's all in the Declaration of Independence. Like the governors of the colonies, they were asking him for shit. He didn't even respond. So they were like, "Fuck you. We're gonna do it myself. Fuck you then." It's kind of like how Joe Biden is. Did you guys see this news today, guys? So you want to know how we can push Joe Biden to the left? There is no possible way we can push Joe Biden to the left. Check this out, guys. This is weird. This is weird as fuck. Because I thought that Joe Biden was going to, I thought he was a different guy. I didn't think he was a crime bill guy. I didn't think he was a crime bill guy. Where's my shit? Joe Biden. He's firing people. Politico. Firing people for smoking pot. Yes, guys, it's true. Joe Biden firing people for pot. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that some of his staffers have been fired because they said that they did smoke marijuana. They smoked marijuana. So fired their asses. Because he was like, "Who smoked the Mexican weed?" He doesn't like them. He puts them in, what do they call them? Detention centers now that Trump's not president? Yeah. So here we go. It's in Politico. Psaki says few White House staffers ousted due to marijuana policy. Marijuana policy. What's your marijuana policy, Joe? Joseph, what's your marijuana policy? Because I thought you were progressive. I thought we were pushing you to the left. Pop was a bad dude. Let me tell you about Corn Pop, guys. So I was in a colored pool, and you ain't black. Yeah. So it's not really a surprise for me, guys. Joe Biden is a racist. So he's a full blown. And once you're like 79 years old and dementia riddled, it's not like the racism goes away. So everybody's all shocked and shit. It's not anything that I really think that would change. Nothing. He literally said nothing will fundamentally change. Remember that? Remember that, guys? Well, guess what? That's the only campaign promise he's ever fucking kept. So, let's read. They couldn't believe I did it, and I was so committed. It's all over marijuana, guys. All over marijuana. We're going to push this guy to the left. Psaki says few White House staffers ousted due to marijuana policy. So, the White House on Friday sought to downplay the number of staffers who have been derailed by their prior cannabis use. Their prior cannabis use! The Daily Beast published a Thursday article. Dozens of young White House staffers, guys, admitted by lie detector tests that they smoked the ganj. Daddy Joe found out. They smoked the devil's lettuce. They smoked the cantaloupe. What is that? The Congress guy said they bring drugs in with the cantaloupe calves. Like racist dude. What's his name? He looks like a white supremacist. I know he is Steve something. I think Steve King. I don't know. Yeah. So that's one of Joe's friends. Corn Pop was a bad dude. Yeah, he is a real bad dude. Because not only did he fire a dozen white staffers. I mean, what would have happened if he was black? If they were black staffers? Shit. Probably wouldn't have been hired. Are you? He's only hiring women. Okay, women are in. Women are the thing to be had now. Like they're trendy. But the gays had the trend thing. When Matthew Shepard was getting like knocked over in Wyoming, he died. Then we were starting to get trendy. We had hate crimes and shit. Black people were trendy, back in the civil rights movement. We were coming back. We almost had enough people see us being murdered by camera. But then, they got busy. What they get busy with? Well, former NEC director Gene Sperling tapped to implement Biden COVID relief plan. Who's Gene Sperling, guys? So this is all coming back full circle. Do you remember the 2008 bank bailouts? So Joe Biden, you know how some people smoke marijuana? Joe Biden has a problem with banks and military industrial complex and creditors at Wall Street. Like the way some people smoke crack underneath the bridge, Joe Biden is at JP Morgan. And Joe Biden is at Goldman Sachs. That's how he is. So he surrounds himself with these guys, dude. His own Janet Yellen, his Secretary of the Treasury. Like I thought Steve Mnuchin was bad. Steve Mnuchin foreclosed on homes in 2008. Kamala Harris was supposed to press charges, but she refused. She did not press charges. And he went on to be Secretary of the Treasury. Now she's vice president. So Janet Yellen, his Secretary of Treasury now, is literally the chair. She was the chair of the Fed. Do you know what the Fed is? The Fed is the centralized banking system. The system that crashed, that was too big to fail? She literally was the chair in 2008. So these guys, it's like a revolving door of political and lobbyists and investors, the banks, and politicians. Yes, she stole that. I mean, literally. They've been stealing from us all fucking day, dude. How many of us are tired of this? Check you out. So, like, I had a partisan on my, I get news and I share it around. I had a partisan on my Facebook. And he, like, was just saying all kinds of ugly shit. Like, he's like, liberalism is a mental illness. And I'm just like, bro, like, you're fighting the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? It's all this misdirected anger. The left is all mad at, like, the Trump people. Trump was such a horrible person. He was so not presidential. And then you got the right over here talking about mental illness. First of all, they think mental illness is funny. They think mental illness is funny. They also think that Hunter Biden being a crackhead is funny. They think it's funny. So, like, both of these, I think half the country like literally disgusts me. I just want to tell you that. Like, you got this side that wants to censor and ban and boycott. Then you got this side who literally thinks being mentally ill is funny and being addicted to drugs is funny. They think it's all funny. Oh, you should have fucking got a job. Maybe you wouldn't have been addicted to drugs. These guys are fucking disgusting. Literally. The conventional wisdom and the social norms are disgusting. Every time I look at these guys, they come on my wall sometimes because I share videos of like the news. I watch the news and notice how I show you the clips and I don't tell you what to think because that's really gross. Why do I want to do that? Why do I want to manipulate? I don't want to do that. So, but then they come and they're like, oh yeah, liberalism is a melt all this and this should be censored. This should be mandated. No, it shouldn't. You guys are crazy. You guys are both crazy. Check you out. Don't you think? Yeah, exactly. They equally disappoint me. You can't be safe with these guys. Either these guys are going to censor and ban, or these guys are going to fucking like laugh at you as you fucking get hit by a car accidentally. These are going to call an ambulance. Probably couldn't afford that, welfare queen. These guys are like caricatures of themselves. And then I heard the other day, like, wait, don't worry about what Joe Biden says. Just worry about what he does. Where have I heard that before? Oh, Trump? Don't worry about what Trump says. Was Trump mean? Did Trump tweet bad? These guys are the same fucking thing. The same thing. There's not even any difference. The parties are the same, and the people that follow them are the same. So it's discouraging, man. It really is. Meanwhile, in reality, Joe Biden has surrounded himself with bankers, military-industrial complex generals, and now that Neera Tanden's out of the management budget committee position, because she wasn't going to get in because she smeared everybody. He's got this douche Gene Sperling from the National Economic Council. What's the National Economic Council, do you ask? Well, it's basically a think tank, just like Neera Tanden's. It's an economic think tank that was advising Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. So Mr. Sperling has been bootlicking for quite some time. It's now his chance. He's now going to get to be the budget committee. Oh, goody! So now I can really influence economic policy. So wonderful. I bet that was what you jerked off to last night, Gene. Oh my God, taxes. They're going to hike taxes hard. You know what's funny, guys? Is I'm a progressive, and I don't really mind taxes being raised if this was a government that worked for all of us and not the few. But literally, they just took out minimum wage from the COVID bill, and now they want to do tax raises. They're going to tax raise us without raising the minimum wage. Are they going to do that for real? Are you serious, Joe? God, like I can't take it anymore. Like really can't. And now that I've got these bootlicking, economic, and fucking Fed people all in his cabinet, bro. I can't figure out whose cabinet's worse. Trump's cabinet with John Bolton and Betsy DeVos, or Joe Biden with Janet Yellen and fucking Gene Sperling and trying to like nominate Neera Tanden, a literal witch. She's a literal witch, literally a witch. She does witchcraft. It's amazing, and all these partisans can say is, "But Trump, but Biden." Sleepy Joe. Oh, it's so funny. His son is on crack, and his son is on drugs because Joe Biden is a narcissist, megalomaniac, warmonger. And all of these politicians are so narcissistic that I'm sure when Hunter was looking for love and affection and probably someone to talk to, and Joe told him, "Hey, look, fat, you ain't black. Get over to Ukraine. Give me my fucking money so I can blackmail these guys. Withhold their foreign aid, so like give me what I want. Look, fat, you want to do some push-ups?" These guys are disgusting, and sometimes I'm really mad right now. I really am. I tried to like reason with these people. I'm discouraged, okay? Because now we're talking about Russia again. Now the Democrats are bringing up Russia again, guys. They're obsessed with it. Oh my God. They're bringing up Russia because the ratings of the mainstream media dropped 40%. They had to fire the head of CNN. And then Jeff Bezos stepped down. before he got his little ass kicked. Jeff Bezos is a smart guy. He knows when to quit. He does. I'll give that to him. And he also knows how to avoid Bernie Sanders. Because Bernie Sanders invited him to that income inequality hearing. He was like, bye. I'm retired. I actually doubled my wealth. I doubled my wealth in 1 year. In 1 year, Jeff Bezos doubled his wealth. Did y'all know that? So in 1 year, Jeff Bezos doubled his wealth. In 1 year, 8 million people slipped into poverty. In 1 year, Joe Biden has fired a dozen staffers for smoking marijuana. Does that sound like a progressive president to you? Does that sound like FDR? Does that sound like anybody? Joe Biden's still on the drug war. He's on the drug war while his cabinet is robbing us. That's why I had to get on today, guys. Because I am tired of all this stupid bullshit. I have this like I said, this partisan, he wants to talk about how liberalism is a mental illness. Actually, what a mental illness is you guys literally seeing these people rob us transparently and still go out of your way to divide the American people so they can maintain power. You are a cuck. You are a literal servant of the establishment. You are doing their bidding, and they didn't even ask you, and you're not even getting paid for it. How could you possibly, at this moment, when they take trillions out of the treasury, and they give us $1,400, when they even promised that they were going to give us $2,000, and you literally have to still talk about Trump, about what is it going to take for you guys to wake up? He's filled his cabinet with Fed chairs and national economic policy people under Obama. Everyone who foreclosed on the houses, repossessed the cars, is now in his cabinet. And he almost put Neera Tanden in, who literally smeared Bernie Sanders. So how are we going to push him left? How are we going to push him left? Because he's literally going to raise taxes. And he dropped the minimum wage from the COVID bill. So, Joe, you are not raising taxes. Senate parliamentarian, okay? Let's see if the Senate parliamentarian, what he says. Let's see what the Senate parliamentarian says about your fucking taxes, Joe. And let's see because I know what Ilhan Omar says about your wars. I know what Tulsi Gabbard says about your wars. I know what AOC says about your wars, but do they do anything about your wars? No. Oh, we fought for minimum wage. We just the Senate parliamentarian, and we tried to get that. But what did you get, AOC? Nothing? You want to go along to get along? These guys it's a tired song, bro. It's the same old song, and I'm done with it, bro. I'm done with it. The cherry on the cake are these idiots that literally go. Do y'all know what's happening? But Trump? But Biden? Do y'all know what's happening? Well, let me tell you what's happening. Let me tell you what's happening. There is anger all over the country, but it's all being misdirected. So the FBI has been busy. We have, of course, that guy who bombed himself during Christmas. This is good, guys. So basically, they said that he's got no political or ideological beliefs that would connect him to this, but he is very poor and he's behind on bills, and he's sick with insulin. So he was pretty much trying to commit suicide because he didn't have any health care, and he was poor. And but the FBI was nice. They said he didn't have any political or ideological, So it wasn't that. But then of course we had the insurrection where 2 men were charged for the death of Brian Selnick, the cop in the insurrection. The police officer who died after Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6th in support of the former president's attempt to overturn his election. We have, what are their names? There's Cater. And then there's Sicknick. Sicknick is the guy. But anyway, so like the cop, he was assaulted by these 2 guys apparently with a fire extinguisher and then some mace. And when he got back to the office, he collapsed to his death. They did an autopsy, and he said they suffered blunt force trauma after being hit with a fire extinguisher. That's the cause of death. It's not COVID. I thought they were going to make it COVID. So we've got the insurrection. We've got the Black Lives Matter. We've got Antifa. Everybody's pissed. Everybody wants to light everything on fire. Why is that? Why do you think that is? Do you think if they had a UBI and healthcare, do you think if they had a living wage, that they would be as mad? Or is it because everybody's poor? And literally and transparently, these two political parties are robbing us. They're wheelbarrowing money out of the treasury. They're printing money every day and sending it to Ukraine. They're sending it to Egypt. They're sending it to Saudi Arabia. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, check you out. Thank you very much. And then we have Georgia. So, I don't understand why we have to misdirect this anger and be so ugly to each other. There's no reason to be ugly to each other. Why don't we be angry about what's causing the problem? Am I making threats? Does the FBI think I'm making threats? Who would cause the problem, Thomas? You know who caused the fucking problem, you deep state motherfuckers. Selling weapons to fucking Libya so you can overthrow Gaddafi and then go shipping fucking food trucks full of weapons, our weapons, into Venezuela? You fucking idiots. Bullshit. Attacking our own people. Yeah, so they're so pissed off. You can't step in that house. That was supposed to be our house. That was supposed to be the people's house. That was supposed to be we the people of the United States, forming a more perfect union, establishing justice. No, this house is a den of thieves. Okay? They have made our house a den of thieves. So, what do you want me to say about that? There's nothing I can say about that. Meanwhile, Joe Biden is not legalizing marijuana. He's not giving a Green New Deal. He's not doing Medicare for all. They won't even put Medicare for all on the House floor. They dropped, because of the Senate parliamentarian, the goddamn minimum wage. Nothing will fundamentally change. All of you cucks who voted for Joe Biden, I mean, I'm really trying. I'm misdirecting anger. You can vote for whoever you want. I understand, but I knew this was going to happen, bro. I just knew it. I knew it because he's a fucking idiot, racist, selfish bitch. Joe Biden has always been for Joe Biden. But literally, like, I thought we could, like, at least scare him a little bit because Bernie, he, like, was second. But nobody even wants to scare this fucking racist old guy. Nobody wants to scare this guy. He's literally leading an opponent. Take the vaccine. I'll meet you at your house. Why do you want to take me to take the vaccine like that? Why? Why do you want to come to my house? Is it about Trump? You want to have better numbers or something? What's the deal with that guy? He's acting weirder than usual. Literally. Okay, I don't like him, full disclosure, but he is acting weirder than usual. He literally has leaned on the podium and said, when it's your time to take the vaccine, you got to do it. When you're begging me on national television to do something like that and tell me you're going to come to my house, that's weird. That's never happened to me before, okay? I ain't never seen a president beg like that. No, I never seen that. Obama never did that. Trump never did that. Yeah, you're the first president, Joe, who literally stood on a podium and begged me to take your vaccine. That literally is not attractive. Okay, you're kind of coming on a little too strong, man. I'm gonna have to call you back. Okay, can I call you? Maybe Sunday if I'm not busy. Okay. Yeah, this guy's weird. He's a weirdo. So, I mean, he's a weirdo. And then the rest of our fucking political leaders are completely out of touch with reality. Republicans just fucking voted against the Violence Against Women's Act. They're super, super pissed. They're super pissed that they were robbing us with the Democrats all last year together. La, 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 la. But now the Democrats have the Senate, the House, and the presidency. They don't need their stupid Republican friends. So now they're robbing us by themselves. And Mitch McConnell wanted that fucking corporate liability, man. Come on, man. Come on, Joe. You said you were going to rob us. We were going to rob the American people together. We robbed them hand in hand with the CARES Act. We were robbing them hand in hand. The CARES Act. Remember that? Good times. Good times. Robbed them hand in hand together. Now you don't want to rob them together? Now you think you're too good? You want to rob them by yourself? At least give me the filibuster. At least let me have the filibuster. Corporate liability. Pathetic motherfuckers, dude. So, it's how, like, you want to know the differences between the Democrats and Republicans? The Republicans are literally in your face. I want to give my money to my donors. The Democrats hide all of their real fucking treasures into thousands of pages of legislation. Call it relief, or they call them detention centers. Democrats are the kings of reinventing a shitty policy. Detention centers. We're not going to legalize marijuana. We're going to decriminalize marijuana, and then we'll fire you if you smoke marijuana. No, we're $2,000 off the door. We made $1,400 because of the tax. Minimum wage, Senate parliamentarian. Then maybe yes. So Republicans are like, no, we don't give a shit about you. Bootstraps your ass. Democrats are like, see, we love women and blacks and gays, but we're gonna have to get a committee. We're gonna have to have some oversight. I have to have a few town halls and a meeting, and then at the end we'll fuck you over. It'll be so great. Yeah. There's nothing that I don't understand partisanship right now. So that's what I'm gonna end with. Guys, check out the news on Politico, that story. And Cuomo, by the way. I'm sorry, I have to get to that. Okay, before I end, I have to get to Cuomo. But now, like I said, there's nothing to be proud of with these parties. I don't know how you can call yourself a Republican or a Democrat and be proud. It is outrageous, the things that they are doing, their actions. They are nothing but self-involved, bloviating rapists. And so, fellow rapist Joe Biden, who raped Tara Reade, is completely defending Cuomo. He hasn't stepped down yet. He's the governor of New York. He's got seven already. What do you call them? Accusations. So at first I was like, we'll see what happens. I don't do the public opinion because, I'm a leftist person. And I'm like, what if the shoe was on the other foot and I didn't do it? So I don't want to be thinking that. But now, like literally, he's cocky. He hasn't resigned. He hasn't approached the women, and he's kind of like the investigation, guys. He's holding it up. Holding it up because he says he's not part of the political game or the political club. Dude, where's all my... Oh, it's supposed to be over here. Yeah, here it is. There we go. There's Cuomo. So, the FBI investigating whether Cuomo aides gave false data on nursing. Well, he has 7 allegations of sexual misconduct. And the attorney has faced legal pressure, is giving him legal pressure, but he is literally, he's the governor. So he's literally, they're giving him subpoenas and he's giving him lawyers. He's not letting them proceed with the investigation. He's saying let the investigation proceed. And then when they try to investigate, he's obstructing him. So that's literally what he's doing. Then he had a phone call. He tried to do a report with a friendly at the Washington Post. And they literally, okay, so now I don't know what's going on. Because the only person on his side now still is Joe Biden. And last night, Joe Biden was like, if there's any kind of credibility with these accusations, he needs to resign. So that's the signal that Joe Biden is like literally backing away slowly. He's like, okay, you're my friend. We probably raped people together and shit, but like you're now on fire, bro. So because even the Jeff Bezos press is going after him now. It's not just the Republicans. So and Joe's already in trouble because he hasn't had a press conference since he's been president. So he doesn't want to touch this shit. He does not. So he had to go out and be like, yeah, you guys need to if there's anything you find, I don't even know that guy. We did not rape people together at all. We definitely didn't do any kind of frat shit. We definitely didn't fucking rape people together in our fucking club of rapists. Yep. Hashtag Me Too, guys. Oh, where's Me Too? What's Me Too doing? Because they've been silent since Tara Reade, so I don't know. I guess they'll come back for the next Supreme Court justice of the Republicans try to put on the bench. Because I swear to you, there will be another Republican president after this. Now, unless Kamala Harris can push him down the stairs, immediately. He is literally just like he's like a thief that puts all the silverware in his pants, and he's trying to like be like chill and stuff. You can hear the silverware jingling and shit. Take the vaccine. Hey Joe, why are you in Syria? Why? Why are you spending all that money on military Syria? Why are you spending all that money on the Shah of Saudi Arabia? Why are you doing that, Joe? You know we have 8 million people here. We have people hungry. We have people in 10 cities. You know that? He does. They do know that. They do know. So guys, to think about that. They know. They know. They know that people are about to be evicted from their homes. They're trying to push these. The only thing they're concerned about is pushing these little things down the road. So when it comes time for an election, they can talk about them. They're talking points. You're not a person. You are a talking point. You're a talking point. So I hope you're proud if you're a partisan, because you're nothing but a talking point to them. And that's all it is. That's all there is to it. For real talk. If there is something else to it, and you think you're so smart, why don't you come on the show? Why don't we have to talk about your party? I don't give a shit what party it is. Why don't we have a talk about your party? Because these parties have killed more people than the Bloods and the Crips combined. They're gangbangers. They are gangbangers. And if you associate with them, you a gangbanger too. Thug ass bitch. Tommy Nation Politics.